Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, we're going to check out the stage practice of Itzy's new song, Not Shy. I am very curious about this one because I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before. We know that idols can sing and dance at the same time. That's been proven so many times, and it is very possible, especially with Broadway technique. We've never seen it done this way in a dance practice setting. So yeah, let's check this out. That beat though, right? Definitely grew on me. Ooh, quite synchronized. Of course. Nice pop. Nice isolation there with a head, and then these kind of things. Definitely, like, it's picture perfect. The imagery's right there. Oops. It's quite a stomp. Yeah. I love that part. So a lot of these are hand movements, so that's always very hard to synchronize because it can look really sloppy. Like the way it's like here as well as here would make such a huge difference. So when you're learning these kind of covers, do make sure that like you're positioning yourself in a way where it looks neat. Because it could look good in person, but it may look sloppy on camera. Because you might be like this, right? Instead of like this. Am I looking? So it's a little bit more narrow rather than like over here. Obviously, they're very stable with their singing. I have not heard a pitch or a note go off or go flat or anything like that, which really speaks to their capabilities. I'm very surprised though, because usually in this kind of setting, your voices gets drowned out by the track, and because it travels across the room. And then normally you really can't hear yourself in this scenario without an earpiece. So I'm curious as to how this room is built, because if it's not too deep, then sure, the sound vibrations will bounce more and you can hear yourself a little bit better, especially with a music like that and you're dancing at the same time. But if this dance practice studio is wide, like if it's deep, sound travels quite far, right? So it would definitely take a longer time for it to bounce back from the walls and then for you to kind of be able to like hear it properly. So that's why we have monitors and in-ears, because then we can hear ourselves right away. So obviously they're pros, and it's just very nice to see in its rawness. That solo though, with that vocal, it sounds like the track, but it's not. It's not the track, it's her singing. I love you, Chaeryeong. Yeah. Wow. Wait, hold on. That is very synchronized. Look at that. Even like that bounce, it's harder to do because, oh my god, because it's so narrow, right? Like this rather than like here. So in here you can kind of, I feel like you can kind of measure a little bit more than when it's here, because that requires a lot more control than here. And without you, like if you're in the front and you're not seeing how much the other people are doing, then the technique is that the people behind you are the ones looking at you, how far you're going, how close in and out you're going, so that you'll all be very synchronized. And then this drop, they just commit to it. Yeah, I love this drop. Love that part. Oh, so smooth. Okay, dynamics. We're gonna look at dynamics now, because here, right? So you got kind of, it's not quite aggressive, but it's still quite sharp, like boom, 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 right? But then when it goes here, it's more like dainty. So that's what dynamics. Instead of like boom, 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 you know, they're playing with the music and the dynamics of the song to go like a little bit more mid sharp on this part, and then soft here, right? Those are dynamics. Then we go back to more aggressive kind of swag. So yeah, it definitely built in, because you have the small gestures here, and then it goes, you know, more swag. Dynamics. Oh! Hold on, I want to see that from a little bit further. Yeah, this part. Nice transition. That into the bridge. Still my favorite part of the song. Nice isolation there. With sorry, I'm so sorry. I just pause on Yeji. Okay, hold on. Let's let her sing. Nice. You can tell her breathing is definitely on point there. She knows in which area she needs to breathe, because it's such a long phrase and it's a crescendo. So these kind of things are it's so important, because it's the bridge. It climaxes into the final chorus, and as a song, especially a dance song, this is where you're like hyping it up into that final drop, and you know, you're just like, get it. So Yeji is definitely did a really good transition into hyping that up, that climax, without losing control of her singing or dancing. Love this slowness in the drop. I heard a little bit of exhaustion, just a very tiny, very bit, but that's totally fine, because they're singing and dancing their asses off, right? So I don't know if you guys are hearing it. It's just she's especially because she's way down on the floor, and then getting up from a hardcore break, kind of like almost like a bridge. It's not really a dance break. It's because they were still singing and dancing at the same time, but like it's a harder choreography in that time frame, because it's reaching for that bridge. So she danced a little bit more, and then she has that like the vocals coming up, and it's I can just hear a little bit of the exhaustion, which is totally fine. Still very pro, because she didn't go off note. What she's doing is very difficult. I can't do that, so kudos to her. Yuna has a very her voice resonates. It reminds me of this boy in Treasure. I think his name is Jung Hoon. Nope, not Jung Hoon. Jungwoo. I forgot his name. That boy. His voice resonates as well. So what I mean by that is that it just it's not small, but it's also not belty. But it's so stable in that timbre where it just resonates across the room. Like she doesn't have to amplify herself, her volume, to be able to be heard. It's just when she's singing in a comfortable level, her voice just kind of resonates and it's still loud and still very clear. That's the word, it's very clear despite her dancing. Those are good because those kind of vocalists don't strain as much. Because normally for vocalists, for example, if you're not a very loud singer, if your volume is not naturally loud, for in certain areas, your voice is your vocal cords have to work a lot more and a lot harder to kind of to make those to make that volume and support it, and which creates, which needs more energy, and then it kind of fucks up with your throat in a longer period of time. But with people like her whose voice is naturally volumized, is that a word? Like loud, basically, it just resonates. It's a lot easier for those people to sing like this. I wish there was a harmony in that last part, because I feel like that was the first time they sang together. Imagine a harmony in that. That would have been really cool. This also has a lot more hand movements, so in that sense, it's not as difficult as if you were moving your whole body or your legs or like you're like wide, that kind of thing. It's a lot of hands, which is totally fine because you guys did mention that they're focusing more on the vocals and it showed here, and I feel like that's why they were confident in showing us the version that they're singing and rapping, because they wanted to show us that this is why the dance probably that's what I'm just like pulling thinking of theories. They want to show us that this dance is really more so for the vocals and the rapping more so than a hardcore choreography, and that's why there was no dance break. I feel like you guys did mention that this is the first time that there's no dance break in a title track. So let me know what you guys think. Yeah, see you guys next time. Well, thank you guys for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, do like and subscribe, and if you do subscribe, make sure you tick that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you'd like to get to know more about me, do check out my Instagram and Twitter down below.